I'm doing another video on the Sphinx and how it originally looked when it had its nose and wasn't damaged and all the parts hadn't fallen off it, etc. I've seen academic paper on reconstructing the Sphinx, and I think the author went to a great deal of trouble, but in the wrong directions, to try and figure out what the Sphinx originally looked like. He assumed, first of all, it's got to be Caffrey, so he sort of superimposed Caffrey's face over it, but I've been reconstructing the Sphinx's face via paint shop and building it up bit by bit at a time and things like that for some years, and not all that much of the face is actually gone. There's still a lot there, and the way I operate is I start by the smallest bits, repair the smallest parts, the cracks in the face, the holes, the missing parts in the headdress, etc. And a lot of it is there. A lot of it is just surface stuff which has been removed. And the good news is things like the bridge of the nose, where it begins to, where where the angle sets off for the bridge of the nose is still there. So you can extrapolate on it to a great degree. And another reason why I said this author of this academic paper went in the wrong direction is because in front of the Sphinx we have the dream stela, and it has not one but two sphinxes on it, from 2,000 years ago, when it must have been more or less intact. They're both pictured with the beards still on them, the headdress, the ridge behind the headdress, and analysis of the surfaces which are still present on the Sphinx correspond with the pictures of the Sphinx in the dream stela. One of the things which was analysed in the academic report was the fact that the Sphinx was a lot bigger, as in lengthwise, than the standard typical Egyptian Sphinx statue, and he actually superimposed the dimensions of the Sphinx upon a typical dimensioned Sphinx statue and showed how the Sphinx is a lot longer. Now, I did that with the Sphinxes of the Dream Stela, and they really correspond in length to the Sphinx. When you superimpose sideways photographs of the Sphinx on the Dream Stela Sphinxes. So there's another similarity. I really think the Dream Stela Sphinx is a pretty good likeness of what it actually looked like. There's a few differences. They're more sort of idiomatic ones, insofar as the eyes are a bit more to the side than when you see the Sphinx in profile, because just they're drawing a profile, and I think it's the way they drew it, but the actual profile, the way the nose sticks out and everything, seems to correspond with how I've independently built it up via Photoshop, etc. So I'd love to know how. I'd love to be able to go back in time. I wish there was some sort of ancient Greek tome or something which was discovered, which had all the, some fantastic art of how the pyramids exactly looked and how the Sphinx exactly looked, and I wish they weren't destroyed. I'd love to see what it looked like, fully functional, fully built, and the pyramid with its casing stones and operational door. And I wish I could pick the brains of the builders and um, that and the pharaohs and what all the thinking was behind it. Imhotep, someone like that. I'd love to spend a good few weeks with Imhotep, picking his brain. But this is the next best thing that we've got. We've just got to try and work with what we've got to answer these questions. Okay, well, tell me what you think anyway, and hopefully this is resonates with some people out there who have got similar interests, and hopefully it's helpful. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.